A lot of good games, but the ACC to me, we got to start it off there. We got to start it off with Miami versus Florida State.
That's the nugget platter of the week, the game we're all going to watch. It's the primetime game. Is this a must-win for Florida State? If they want to be in the playoff, I would say yes.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're saying that because of their schedule. You know, like there's not a tremendous amount of meat left on the bone. You know, interested to watch what happens to Virginia because Virginia's ranked. So that's not a bad loss. Like a double overtime loss on a Friday night at a ranked team, it's not the worst thing in the world if I'm an FSU fan. So that does come into play because one thing about the committee, man, that we've learned over the years, and I've learned this because, you know, I remember ranking things and talking about things on television. I was like, no, that's not the case. They got a better win. The bad losses are the albatrosses. Like those losses are like an anchor around the neck. And so I think that Virginia loss will be a big one. But FSU, I think how you win, how you play matters. It's not as cut and like if you're competitive and this is a great game back and forth and it goes to OT, that's a totally different story. Yep. But if you want to guarantee yourself a playoff spot, win this game. And listen, they've been fun to watch this year. Like that's the cool thing. If I'm a Florida State fan, like the excitement is back. Like that has to be like, it's not priority number one, but you know how much fun it is to watch a game when you got a quarterback that just goes do, like playing Tecmo Bowl, you know, like back and forth.
Trick plays.
And they run trick plays like crazy with the Gus bus, like, but 500 total yards of offense in 3 straight games. They lead the nation with 600 yards per game. They're second in the country in rushing, only to obviously a service academy, Navy. Like that's not abnormal, but like they're doing enough, and this offense to me is going to get better. Now, how do you handle Miami? Because Miami, like you've got to win up front. And here's one thing I want everybody to watch in this game. Chip Kelly told me this years ago. Chip Kelly told me, he said, you would have hated playing against me more than anybody in the world. And I was like, why? I said, I would have kicked a crap out of your ducks. Like I would have owned you. He was like, nope, I wouldn't have blocked you.
Never blocked you.
He said, I would have read you the whole game and you'd have been like this, like crap. And it makes you slow down. So now listen, as a defense, there's ways you can change that mechanism and you can still be very aggressive. But Miami does not twist. They do not stun a lot. They don't have to because they're so good up front. So to me, it's Gus Bus. How does he use the read game and Tony to slow down Bain, to slow down Mesidor, who can wreck shop? Like, and those trick plays will be big, but getting Tommy on the ground is another different animal. But I think the Gus Bus reading those guys, slowing that, the best defensive line in college football. Or is that a debate with anybody? Or are we good with that? Like,
Texas Tech might have an argument.
Texas Tech
if you go 4 deep. Best edge group, I think these guys got the best edge group, mainly because Bain of what he's done. Mesidor, I didn't realize he'll be 25 before the draft.
Yeah, he's an adult. He's an adult already.
Yes.
But that watching how that's orchestrated will be fun. So when you watch the game, like watch 4 and 3 on the edges. The best 2 players from Miami. Like how does Gus use their speed, athleticism against him? How do they read him? Like that will be a fun game within the game that you'll be like, ooh, yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
Tommy hasn't been good. Castellanos hasn't been good against pressure. 63.3 pass grade, which that's actually not terrible, but some of his turnover-worthy plays is there. And against the blitz, that's one where his interceptions and his struggles have come against the blitz. Miami's one of the top 15 teams in the Power 4 in blitz percentage, and they're 7th in the Power 4 in pressure percentage. So can Castellanos, either one, you stay ahead of the chains so you don't have to worry about that and you stay in 3rd and short, or 2, can you handle that in the drop back game? We talked about this earlier in the week, though. Who can tackle better? Both of these teams are not great in terms of the Power 4 and in terms of tackling grade.
Yeah.
And the number one question for me, and I went and looked at sort of a lot of the players, and I've rewatched the game against Virginia. Who's going to cover Malachi Toney? Because they play that 3 safety look, and
everybody does now.
Good
Lord,
move everybody around. But they're bigger guys. Like, you know, I think Joseph is the one his number is 3. He's the one that is in the slot a lot, but he's a 6 foot, 200-pound kid. Like, and Tony is, little tiny jitterbug that's going to make everybody, fake them out of their shoes. So which one there? And the other thing about Miami, rewatching the Florida game, and then also 2 other games. We watched all 3 of their sort of big games. Carson Beck's playing okay to me. He's not playing great. He's not playing bad. So can he elevate in this game? And there were some things against Florida where some pressure come, the feet got a little happy.
Yeah.
In that return, the deep ball we talked about.
Struggled in the deep ball big time.
0 for 7 against Florida, throws over 10 yards. Can that happen? I don't know. I'm actually leaning the home team.
Outside of 10, who do you think can really beat you too? Like that's another thing too. When I look at this offense, I will say this: when you look at Mark Fletcher, he's running the rock, and he's got an interesting style to him. Like when you watch him run, it's kind of upright and it looks like long, stridey, but
stridey was the word I was thinking about.
It's really good, man. He's a good player. But they've got a bunch of backs that they rotate in, that they run physical, they run hard, they stay ahead of the sticks. It's going to be a great matchup. But here's the thing I'll say. It showed it again in this last game against Virginia. And that being said, they still had 46 points and they lost in double overtime. Like they still scored a bunch. Tommy, when he has to throw it from the pocket, I don't like it. I don't think it's good enough.
Don't trust it, maybe.
Yeah, that's a great way to say it. I don't think Tommy from the pocket is going to consistently beat me. So if you can stop the run game and you can now listen, he scrambled to his left and made a great throw to tie the game late, but it's all off script. It's very rarely like put the foot in the ground, read it, see it, trust it, feel it, like timing, rhythm. Now you can tell like there's some people like with Deuce Robinson, like he has a good timing and a good feel with Deuce Robinson. Like that's the guy that is big, strong, should have had that catch in the end zone that he dropped that was reviewed that we got to hear with the ACC thing that was pretty cool. But I just don't think Florida State up front is going to maul Miami. So I think we'll disagree on this one. But I got Miami. I think Miami wins in this football game. I think their lines of scrimmage take care of business. Now, I think it's a bad spot because I think Florida State's pissed. And coming off a loss, all attention, like it's definitely coming back home to such a great atmosphere. But give me the number 1 team in the country. Give me the U 30-24.
I'm going Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Home team. Give me the home team. I went FSU 27, Miami 24. So I do think it's going to be and should I say that they kick a game-winning field goal late and it just goes right down the middle?
Wide right? Oh.
No, I was thinking way down the middle.